Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another day of reading through the Bible with Daniel. I guess the Bible would be my first stop. I have a long road ahead of me, I should say. But last time we were talking talking about how God designed this ark and with these specific dimensions and requirements, and He's still describing it. So we're going to keep reading. We're in Exodus 27:13 to 28:14. We're in 27 now, so it's a new page, and then we're going to be reading from there. And as I come to things I want to talk about, I'll stop and talk about it. And then, let's get into it. The width of the court to the front on the east side shall be 50 cubits. The curtains for one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits with 3 pillars and 3 sockets. On the other side of the gate, the curtains shall be 15 cubits with 3 pillars and 3 sockets. For the gate of the court there shall be a screen of 20 cubits of blue, purple, and scarlet fabric, and finely woven linen, the work of an embroiderer, with 4 pillars and 4 sockets. All the pillars around the court shall be joining together with silver rods. Their hooks shall be silver, and their sockets of bronze. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the width 50 cubits throughout, and the height 50 cubits of fine twisted linen, and their sockets of bronze. And all the tabernacles, utensils, and instruments used in all of its service, and all its stakes, and all the stakes of the court shall be of bronze. You shall command the Israelites to provide you with clear oil of beaten olives for the light, to make up a lamp to burn continually. In the tent of meeting, outside the veil, which is in the front of the ark of testimony, and sets it apart. Aaron and his sons shall keep the lamp burning from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be perpetual statute throughout the generations on behalf of the Israelites. It's very demanding, which is, it is what it is. He wants what he wants. But very, very specific. I bet it's beautiful when it's done. Now bring your brother Aaron near, and his sons with him from among the sons of Israel, so that he may serve as priests to me. All Aaron's sons. You are to make secret garments for Aaron your brother, for honor and for beauty. Tell all the skilled and talented people whom I have endowed with the spirit of wisdom that they are to make Aaron's garments to sanctify him and set him apart to serve as a priest for me. These are the garments which they shall make: a breastpiece and an ephod, and a robe and a tunic of checkered work, a turban and a sash. They shall make secret garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, so that he may serve me as a priest for me. They are to use the gold and blue and purple and scarlet fabric and fine twisted linen, and they shall make the ephod of gold and blue and purple and scarlet fabric and fine twisted linen, skillfully woven and beautifully worked. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces joined to its 2 ends, so that it may be joined together. And skillfully woven sash, which is on the ephod, shall be made of the same material, of gold, of blue, purple, and of scarlet fabric, and fine twisted linen. You shall take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the 12 sons of Israel. 6 of the names on one stone, and the remaining 6 names on the other, arranged in the order of their births. With the work of a jeweler, like the engravings of a signet, you shall engrave the 2 stones according to the names of the sons of Israel. You shall have them set in filigree, settings of gold. Okay, it says right there, that's great. You shall put the 2 stones and the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones for Israel. And Aaron shall bear the names of on his 2 shoulders as a memorial before the Lord. You shall make settings of gold, and you are to make 2 chains of pure gold like twisted cords, and fasten the cord chains to the settings. It'd be cool to have a visual of all these things. A visual of these beautiful items that people are building. You are to make a best piece of judgment, the work of a skilled and talented craftsman. Like the work of the ephod, you shall make it of gold, of blue, purple, and scarlet fabric, and of fine twisted linen. The breast piece shall be square and folded double, a span in length and a span in width. You shall mount it 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a row of ruby, topaz, and emerald. The second row, a turquoise, sapphire, and diamond. The third row, a jacinth, an agate, and amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold setting. The engraved stones shall be 12, according to the names of the 12 tribes of the sons of Israel. They shall be like the engravings of a signet, which each with its name for the 12 tribes. You shall make for the breastpiece chains of pure gold, twisted like cords. You shall make on the breastpiece 2 rings of gold, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastpiece. You shall put the 2 twisted cords of gold in the 2 rings, which are on the ends of the breastpiece. The other 2 ends of the 2 cords you shall fashion in the 2 gold settings in front. Put them on the shoulder piece of the ephod. That's a lot, man. But who's taking all this down? Who's doing this? There's a lot. There's no way you can remember all that. I don't think people can remember that much stuff. These specific instructions. The other 2 ends, okay, let's see. Shall make 2 gold rings and put them on the 2 ends of the breastpiece, on its inside edge next to the ephod. You are to make 2 gold rings and attach them to the lower part of the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod in the front, close to the place where it is joined, above the skillfully woven sash of the ephod. They shall bind the breastpiece by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a blue cord, so that it will be above the skillfully woven sash of the ephod, so that the breastpiece will not come loose from it. So Aaron shall carry the names of the sons of Israel in the breastpiece of judgment over his heart when he enters the holy place, to bring them in continual remembrance before the Lord. In the breastpiece of judgment you shall put the lights and the perfections to be used for determining God's will in a matter. They shall be over Aaron's heart whenever he goes before the Lord. And Aaron shall always carry the judgment of the sons of Israel over his heart before the Lord. And you shall make the robe of the ephod all blue. And there shall be an opening at its top of the center for the head, and a binding of woven work around the opening, like the opening of a coat of armor, so that it will not tear or fray. You shall make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet fabric all around its hem, with gold bells between them, a golden bell and a pomegranate, all at the bottom hem of the robe. Aaron shall wear the robe when he ministers. All its sound shall be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, so that he will not die there. You shall also make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it, like the engravings of a signet, Holy the Lord. You shall fasten it on the front of the turban with a blue cord. It shall be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron shall take away the guilt from the holy things which the sons of Israel dedicate. With regard to all the holy gifts, it shall always be on his forehead, so that they may be accepted before the Lord. You shall weave the tunic of checked work of fine linen and make a turban of fine linen. You shall make a sash in the work of an embroiderer. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make them girdles and bonnets. Shalt thou make them for glory and for beauty. and that shall put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, and that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And that shall make the linen breeches to cover the nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him as a seed after him. Sounds beautiful and very holy. Sounds like when you walk in, it kind of takes all your sins away, doesn't it? And this is the thing that shall do unto them, hallowing them to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take 1 young bullock and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened bread, and cakes unleavened, tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened, anointed with oil. Of wheaten flour shalt thou make them. And thou shalt put them into 1 basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullock and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his sons that shall bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and that shalt wash them with water. And thou shalt take the garments, and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod, and the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with a curious girdle of the ephod. And that shall put in the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon it. Then thou shalt take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And that shall bring his sons, and put coats upon them, and that shall gird them with girdles. Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute, and that shall consecrate Aaron and his sons. So this is to me, it's like he's setting up his own church. It's like setting up church for the first time, where people can come and worship. As like he wants it to be this much. I'm going to use the word spectacle, but it's probably not the right word, for lack of a better word, I suppose. But he wants this flash so people see what it is. Very shiny. People love shiny things. Maybe that's one of the reasons. All right. Let's keep going. All right. And that shall cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands up to the head of the bullock. And that shall kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And that shall take the blood of the bullock, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And that shall take all the fat that covereth the innards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar, with the flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung shalt not thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. Oh, okay. So you can't eat it. You just got to burn it, because they sinned so much. That shall also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle it around upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the innards of him and his legs, and put them unto pieces, and unto his head. And that shall burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And that shall take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put the hands upon the head of the ram. Then they shall kill the ram, take his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. It's a lot of blood. A lot of blood getting sprinkled. And thou shalt take the blood that is upon the altar, and all the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the sons' garments, of his sons with him. He shall be hallowed, and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. Also thou shalt take the ram, the fat, and the rump, and the fat of that covereth the innards, and the cow above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration. And 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake of oil bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of unleavened bread that is before the Lord. And that shall put it in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his sons, that shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. And that shall receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And that shall take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. And that shall sanctify the beast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and which is heaved up, of the ram of the consecration, even that which is for Aaron, and that which is for his sons. So yeah, I moved around back to the King James Version. I automatically went back there. That's a lot. Sprinkling, he's like sprinkling on Aaron, put everything on Aaron. But this is what it is. I guess back in those days, that was kind of normal, I suppose. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go 27. Okay. Let's go back to the Amplified Bible, which I was reading before. It shall be for Aaron and his sons that as their due portion from the Israelites forever. For it is heave offering. It shall be heave offering to the Lord from the Israelites, from the sacrifices of their peace offerings. The holy garments of Aaron shall be for his sons after him, to be anointed and ordained in them. That son who is high priest in his place shall put them on, each day for 7 days, when he comes to the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place. You shall take the ram of the ordination and boil its meat in the holy place. Aaron and his sons shall eat the meat of the ram and bread in the basket at the doorway of the tent of meeting. They shall eat those things by which atonement was made at their ordination and their consecration. But a layman shall not eat them, because they are not holy. And if any of the meat of ordination or the bread remains until morning, you shall burn it in a fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. You shall do to Aaron and to his sons in accordance with all that I have commanded you. During 7 days you are to ordain them. You shall offer a bull every day as a sin offering for atonement. You shall cleanse the altar from sin when you make the atonement for it. You shall anoint it to consecrate it. For 7 days you shall make atonement for the altar of burnt offering and consecrate it. Then the altar shall be most holy. Whatever touches the altar must be holy. Now this is what you shall offer to the altar. 2 one-year-old lambs shall be offered each day, continuously. 1 lamb shall you offer in the morning, and the other lamb at twilight. And with the lamb there shall be 1/10 of a measure of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of beaten olive oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine for a drink offering to be poured out. And the other lamb you shall offer at twilight, and do with it as the grain offering of the morning, and with the drink offering for a sweet and soothing aroma to appease God, an offering by fire to the Lord. This will be a continually burnt offering throughout your generations at the doorway of the tent of meeting. Woo! Okay. So he's like, we gotta do all this stuff. I guess in those days you can't really have any feelings about sacrificing animals. Is that just what they did? They just sacrifice animals? Because it seems like when God needed to be appeased, he would ask for a sacrifice of some kind of animal. But I guess you didn't get it. Did we just start adopting animals into our homes, like finding love for that in recent times, or has it always been that way? Or we always have like animal husbandry and loving animals the way they do, or has it always been they're just, you know, things that people have? I don't know. But it seems like he's got some work. They have some work cut out for them. They got a whole tent, robes, clothing. They got to find all these people. This is gonna be quite a thing to find out how this works out. I wish you could have a picture of it, like somebody's like, because this looks like it'd be very pretty when it's all done. But all the fine gold, silver, and bronze, like all highly polished and ready to go. It'd be beautiful. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a good day. So tomorrow we'll dive in more and hopefully find out how they're doing on building all this stuff. Have a good day.